We're back in the booth. I have finished Warbreaker. Let's talk about it. I have a lot of thoughts, emotions, feelings about this book. This was I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. I will say my ADD was off the charts during this journey, so there were some times when I got kind of bored just a little bit. I did get a lot of I don't know. I haven't heard anyone else talk about this, so maybe it's just me. But I did get a lot of Elantris vibes, I don't know why. Maybe because it took place mainly in this one city, and there was a lot of succession of power going on, and then there was a subset of these priests that were actually the bad guys, and they were the real monsters, and they wanted to start a war between different countries and that kind of thing. So maybe that. I also feel like Lightsong, Raoden, Ciri, Serini, Hrathen, or not Hrathen, his crazy buddy that turned into a monster at the end. He kind of reminded me of some of the priests in this. But I really like the magic system. I thought it was cool. It was a little complicated for me to kind of wrap my head around. But also, I should say, everything that comes out of my mouth right now is just me and my opinion. I don't know shit about pacing or writing or structure or any of that. I am just a guy who has feelings about books, and I see characters from the point of view of an actor, not from a writer's perspective. So just to be clear. But ultimately, I did really like it. I like Vasher. I think Vasher's probably my favorite character. Vasher was cool. I like Ciri a lot. I like Vivenna. Vivenna was I liked her arc. Going from this, really sort of prim, proper, spoiled person to a more human being. I feel bad that she went through everything she went through, especially because she went to the city to save her sister and then just got abused every shot possible. The twist with Denth and Tongfa being bad guys, that was crazy. That blew my mind. I did like the kind of love between Sisebron and Ciri. I like how that organically kind of came to be. I like that Vivenna ends up with Vasher. That was pretty cool. But I feel like the ending of this one, the fact that it ends on a cliffhanger is crazy to me. All of that, and then you get I really like the fight between Denth and Vasher. I thought that was really cool. I love that Lightsong spent the entire time being I don't believe I'm a god. I don't know what's going on. I'm just wasting my time. But his whole arc is just I don't know, maybe. But then at the last second, he's oh, this is important. And then he heals the God King. That was cool. That was really cool. I actually didn't feel sad about that at all. Because I was good on you, Lightsong. That was a good thing. I did think it was funny because I tried to think about it from Scoot's point of view. Now, imagine you're a guy and your brother is you're just two people. You love to go sailing on the weekends. You're having a good time. And then your daughter goes overboard. And mind you, you're a little portly, a little well-fed perhaps. And so is your brother, by the way. And he goes off the side of the boat. Your daughter goes off the side of the boat. He dies saving your daughter. But then he comes back as a god. But he looks like a god. You're you didn't go to the gym for that, dude. And then the whole time he's I'm useless. I don't want no part of this. Also, I'm going to call you Scoot. Can you imagine? I thought that was cool. I really liked the reveal of Lightsong and Larimar's relationship. I thought that was really cool. I liked the second Ciri realized that Sisebron didn't have a tongue, to, teaching him to read and communicate. I thought that was cool. I love the colors thing. I thought that was neat. Nightblood is very interesting, like a sentient sword. And the fact that they're the command is destroy evil, but they're not exact on what evil is. So he's just we just need to kill people, which is fun. And I love that the idea was just just throw him into rooms and then he'll kill everybody and be huh? Interesting choice. I was down with it. I did love the scene when Vasher finally took the sword out. And he's just like cutting down Lifeless. That was cool. And I like that his like ace in the hole trick is to like give away his breaths so that they kind of freak out so that he can kill them. I thought that was cool. But that cliffhanger, I mean, I enjoyed the book. I thought it was cool. It's not one of my favorites, but also I didn't love Elantris, and I felt like this book, it felt like a better version of Elantris to me. That probably doesn't make sense, but as far as like getting through it, and I think kind of, losing focus as we go, and like I like the characters. The story was good, but it didn't like grab me, in the way that some of these other stories have. But I did enjoy it. But the cliffhanger, the fact that this ends with oh shit, that army's headed to Idris. We'll just get stone soldiers and we'll go get them. And that was, especially after Sisebron like shows up as like the god, that would have been so cool to see him fight a little bit and like do some cool stuff, which he did fight his priests and wrap them up in curtains and stuff. Like that was pretty neat. Yeah. So it was good. Overall, I did enjoy it. As of right now, do you know what I think it is? Now that like I'm kind of digesting this out loud, I think this suffered for me. Like I was unfair to it for the same reason I was unfair to Elantris. Because I read Elantris after Mistborn, Era 1, and I just wanted to get to Era 2. But I knew I had to knock out these stories in between, and then I got to Era 2, and I was like, oh, amazing! And I think I suffered, I think this suffered, because the whole time I'm reading this, I'm staring down the barrel at the Stormlight Archives, So perhaps this book didn't hit me as deeply as I would have liked, because I maybe mentally internalized it as like, oh, this is a step that I have to get through to get to that. But I did like it. I will say that for the record, I did like it. It was not my favorite, but I did enjoy it. All that being said, for anyone that has followed me for the last 4 months of this journey, in the words of Rafiki, it is time. Guys, this is huge. When I picked this up, I was like, oh my god, you do some real damage. That is a chunker. That is like 1,200, oh my god, 1,251 pages. This is nuts. Look at that. Oh my god, it is literally like almost double the size. That is crazy. But we're here. We did it. We are officially starting the Stormlight Archives tonight. I'm probably going to go live right after this just to talk to people. But, we made it, guys. We made it. Anyway, Warbreaker was good. Stormlight Archives are next. Yes!